This team
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nobody had Pacers nowhere. None of us. You know what I'm saying? None of us.
I'll give you guys a little bit of credit. Earlier in the year, you guys spoke
No,
about
I said that, but I'm just talking about media.
No, I've been giving Indiana.
Yeah.
I always like, well, hold on, we got to watch out for them.
So I got to throw this. Man, they talking about Brunson was worn down. Knicks had a good run. If you're the Knicks GM ownership, what you doing in New York? What's today's business? What's the mathematics?
I think we build on what we got. We went to the conference finals. You know what I'm saying? The year before, we lost in the second round. This year, we lost in the conference finals. I think now we got to add, I think they need a couple more pieces, like, to add depth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at, like, Minnesota. I'm looking at Indiana, and I'm looking at these teams like OKC. They got that. They got the star, but you need like a couple more guys off the bench. Now, does that mean sacrificing one of my other stars, or maybe somebody I can, you know, do a 2-for-1 to where I can get two guys that's solid and a guy that's really good. You know, I don't know.
So you saying consider trading Brunson or Cat?
No, I wouldn't trade Brunson or Cat, but I would look at like
Mikal Bridges and some of the other assets
or Anunoby or Hart to see if I can pull in somebody probably not as good at it as them, but two people that make up
committee.
Yeah, the committee that can add that rotation. That could give me rotation. That I can like, all right, I know these guys can play. You know, so I would look into that.
I didn't think they was deep enough.
Yeah, they wasn't. They needed a couple more pieces.
They need a couple of ball handlers. They need to take a lot of, listen.
Like, you know what I would do?
They got top heavy on Brunson, bro. They kept telling him to save. They kept telling him to save him. And each time I thought that having that demand, you save, you come in here, you do what you do, and I think he did it, but you gotta have a cast and supporting cast too, man.
I would go look around and look at some of these teams that's not so good, but got some young pieces that's good. Like, I would go to Portland, see what y'all want. Utah, see what y'all want. Search around over there, see, some of these other guys, the Sacks there.
West Coaster? You a West Coaster, not in conference?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going. Well,
I'll go look at the Bulls, see what y'all got to offer. Y'all got some young pieces. Maybe y'all can do a 2-for-1 for Anunoby. Somebody can help y'all, another vet. One of them young teams that need a vet. So I'll do that. Let's see.
One thing about New York is they're a big market. You could attract people to go there and free agency. They will put enough money to play there. But there's been rumors kind of floating around that the Knicks are going to make a drastic move this offseason. You would think, getting rid of a player like Towns or Bridges and getting a guy like KD or Giannis would elevate this team, and would you be cool with that happening?
Everybody's worried about this tax thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't think people. I saw. Have you seen the Knicks salary cap?
Yeah. So
that shit's crazy.
They enter the offseason $200 million in salary, and they got 4 slots that they need to fill too.
I don't even think they care.
So they got to cut costs.
It's New York, and they went to the conference finals.
This ain't the time to cut costs, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, we are 2 players away from being where we want to be. And then you got to still deal with that Beantown, when they come, you know what I'm talking about? Next year, everybody being better, Cleveland, Orlando, you know what I'm saying? So everybody got to get ready for that, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the time to start penny pinching. You need to put some bread out, the best deals you can, see what Mitch,
The next team eliminated from the postseason was the Timberwolves, and going into this offseason, there's some question marks. Nas Reed's got a player option. He'll probably opt out and look for some more money. Julius Randle's in the same position.
They didn't sign these guys?
No. So Nickeil Alexander-Walker's going to be a free agent. So they got some decisions to make. So for the Timberwolves, you guys put the GM hat on. What do you think they should do in this offseason? They made it to the conference finals, but they got 3 key rotation guys.
You resign Julius Randle? You got to resign Julius Randle, dog. You gave up Cat. Yeah, hell yeah.
I got to resign Nas Reed, too.
Yeah, Nas Reed. Hell, those are 2 right now. Those should have been done.
I got to look to explore possibility of trading Rudy Gobert. Because I looked the last 2 years, and Rudy Gobert has been solid for them for the regular season, but I think he kind of got exposed in the conference finals the last 2 years, and he don't give up enough production for what
for him being on the floor.
For him being on the floor for the amount of time, and also I got to look to explore upgrading Conley. I like Conley in the locker room, but I need a younger guard right there. You know, maybe go look at
I need like a queso.
they need like a Greg Anthony Jr. Is that his name?
Well, they got Rob Dillingham, who's a rookie this year. That
Yeah, but
He
he's not
still got
ready.
developed
elevate
though.
No,
he
he's
still
not
got
ready.
developed.
He's not ready yet. He's not ready for these type
He want a
runs.
motherfucker like
Greg
Greg
Anthony Jr.
Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony. He could be a good.
Cole, nice too.
He'll be a cool fit
Yeah.
for Minnesota. I'll be so. I got to resign them pieces. We went to the conference finals 2 years in a row. See, this is what I don't like. When teams go to the conference finals and they make drastic changes. No, you got there. You got to build on what you got.
They made a drastic change and still made the conference.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They traded down
saying.
and Still made it there.
But you got deeper too.
Yeah.
So like a couple pieces away. If I get younger at the point guard, I don't know if that's trading Conley or just bringing him off the bench. If I can get some value for Gobert, I would like to do that. And then see where we at. But I gotta resign
gotta sign those two,
and Julius Randle for sure.
That's a lot of your toughness. I feel the same way, man. I think Minnesota got to re-sign Randall. They got to re-sign Nas, and I'm falling in line with P. I would try to go after some young guards. Like the map right now, and what we've seen, every year is kind of different, right? When Joker started doing what he was doing, everybody wanted a mobile big that now can, and here come, even though Embiid and Towns at the time I felt was better than him, his play and how he actually got everybody involved him, right? And then he just started doing what he do. Well, I'm looking at Ant as being another player that's going to be able to ascend. You got to put pieces around him. And the new wave of how you build your team is through depth. And we got two of the most depth two teams in the league that, look at Cleveland. Cleveland got the memo. They went out, on some we trying to better our team, and they got depth through the draft, through picks. The Jerome kid got better. So look at what all the teams are doing. Ain't nobody waiting on development no more. Motherfuckers is getting 9, 10, 11, and maybe have like a 12, 13 right here that don't nobody even know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to build your team with some depth now. And they got to fit the pedigree, and whatever you add to Minnesota, it's got to fit the pedigree of Ant-Man. It's got to fit the pedigree of Randall. It's got to fit the pedigree of Nas Reed, McDaniels, DiVincenzo. Bro, they are scrappy West. They play East Coast ball in Minnesota, bro. You know what I'm saying? You saw how he checked Bron? Man, go back and watch how he checked Bron. Man, I almost jumped through the TV and almost teleported to this man's house. He was talking so, man, we gonna show some respect. Man, that man two-handed him like he was Champ Bailey off the line, like he was sauce or something, you feel me? I was like, dang, but I'm getting off, but I'm saying to say, man, they gotta build it, man, with some depth, man, and if they ain't doing that, yeah, like I said, I think we're going away from the top threes and all that shit, bro. You got to have a top two, but then you got to have a solid 7 to go with them, and they got to have another pedigree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.